Hello everyone, and welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Care Network. I'm Dean, the host of this channel, and I'll be taking you on a journey through narcissism, understanding the narcissist, and understanding the narcissists' related disorders. Today I'm going to be presenting to you episode 81, and the topic of episode 81 is Narcissistic Covert Sabotage. What is narcissistic covert sabotage? Ever have a person pull out of a personal engagement with you last minute? Or try to undermine plans you made with someone else far in advance? This is how narcissists use covert sabotage to control you. The goal is to get control over you, usually by using an empathic person's sense of self-guilt against them. The goal is to destroy your sense of stability and to undermine your happiness because the narcissist is jealous that you have in some way subtracted from them being your total attentive focus. Here's an example from another narcissist I've had in my past life of exactly what covert sabotage actually is. Now, I would make plans at another particular time in my life with my daughter. This is my middle daughter. And I would make plans with her to go to the movies with her, go out to dinner with her, or to just go see her and spend time with her. I would do this, and I would warn the person I was with, who was another one of the narcissists in my life, of what I was doing with my middle daughter far in advance. Usually a couple of weeks in advance, or at least a week in advance at the bare minimum. When I would come to the day when I would have to do that particular thing that I had scheduled to do with that daughter, this person would come to me and go, "Oh, but today we have to go spend a date afternoon with my grandmother. And everybody in the family is expected to be there. You're expected to be there too because you've been invited." And I would explain to my narcissist, I made plans far in advance with my middle daughter to see her. Now you're telling me that I have to go to this event with you and perhaps your grandmother or whoever the person was, the family member, and I'm expected to be there. But I have made plans far in advance to spend the day with my middle daughter. And she would use guilt, the guilt of knowing that I'm an empathic person and that I don't want to disappoint her with her family against me. And she would say to me, "Oh, but you're expected to come, and when everybody gets invited, you have to come. You're part of the family. You're part of this. You're part of that." Of course, I never felt part of that family in the first place anyway at any time with my narcissist. And I never felt comfortable in that relationship with my narcissist at any given time either. That's a whole other story, but this is all part of what I was dealing with that particular narcissist in my life. But this is how she would broach this with me. And this happened to me numerous times. And if by chance I went and spent the day with my daughter just the same, because I had promised my daughter I would do that, and I avoided going to that event that narcissist would be presenting to me last minute to go to, I would hear shit for it for the next number of weeks. She'd pay no attention to me. She'd give me the cold shoulder. She'd pay really no mind to me. She would use the guilt of me doing that against me to make me feel guilty for not doing something that she wanted. So she'd give me this cold shoulder. She wouldn't talk to me. She wouldn't be physical with me. She would use all of these tactics against me for the subsequent weeks after that, until she either forgot about me doing this particular thing to her, or whatever it was she was doing. So narcissists will do things like this. They will cancel holidays, cancel family events, they will cancel dates, cancel important events. Just do about anything they can in order to take over control of almost any situation. In this instance, my narcissistic ex was making me feel guilty because she wasn't having her way, At that particular moment, she expected me to go out and attend this family event, even though I had another thing scheduled far in advance of this with my other daughter, who is also a priority in my life. And she would use this against me. This is something the narcissists do, and this is a great example of things that they do in order to punish you because you aren't doing something that they want you to do. They do not care how this makes those around them feel at all. They do not care about the feelings of others at all, only about their own agendas. This is what narcissists care about. This is what the covert sabotage tactic is, basically. It's another tool in the narcissist toolbox to create imbalance in their victims, and is most commonly employed in the very last minute before you're required to be somewhere or do something scheduled that you have that's of importance to you. It is utilized last minute because that's when it commonly has the most adverse effect on the narcissist victim. Using it at those times is apt to provoke a fight or an argument. And a fight or an argument is something that narcissists love because it gives them negative fuel that they also crave, as well as positive fuel. But it is also used to establish control or to re-establish control when the narcissist feels a lack of control over you. This tactic ruins plans and often for the narcissist victim, but this assertion of control is used commonly to not only upset the victim's emotional balance, but also to extricate the narcissist out of situations for which they had never had any intent in the first place to participate in. For instance, narcissists will tell you, oh, I'm going to go to this wedding with you. I'm going to be your date at this wedding this particular weekend or whatever. And then when that weekend comes, they'll blow you off. They'll say, I can't go to this event with you. I can't go to this wedding with you this weekend because I have something else to do. Or they'll start a fight with you that makes them, you know, not obligated to go with you to a particular event. They'll do stuff of this nature. This is what narcissists do. This is one of the covert tactics that makes narcissists so hard to deal with. They seldom follow through with plans that they make, and try often to undermine their victims' plans or events to impose a force of imbalance and to gain narcissistic fuel supply. This is just one of the more dirty tactics that the narcissist actually employs. So what is narcissistic covert sabotage? This is it. This is them upsetting plans and things of this nature, and suddenly injecting turmoil in a situation where there was no turmoil there before. They do things like this to maintain control, or to actually gain control in a situation over you, and to upset a balance, because of course this provides them with a fight, it provides them with fuel, it provides them with attention. It's sad, but this is what narcissists actually do, and this is how they use covert sabotage against you. So this has been episode 81. I'm going to say stay tuned for some new upcoming episodes I have, as well as this one. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'm going to catch you really soon on the N.A.R.C.N network. Stay tuned.